Hey guys, what's up? Eric here, and we're back with another nightly chat, but this time I have a friend!
Hello!
Yay! I have friends, I promise.
Yes.
Sometimes.
It's hard to be an adult.
Yes.
I get it.
But yeah, tonight's nightly chat is something a little different. I wanted to bring someone else on and just kind of talk about photography. Yes, photography is tonight's subject again. And Laura, if you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Laura. My Instagram's Branded Tiger Photography.
We'll plug somewhere
Somewhere
on the screen. You'll see fancy graphics that I'm learning how to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been doing photography. It's gonna be my second year. Started my second full year.
It's been longer than that. You've been helping me longer than that.
I've been helping you longer than
Okay,
that, but I haven't had a camera. 2 years I've been dabbling in photography.
Okay.
So got back into photography 2 years ago, and then decided I actually didn't want to be a model. I wanted to actually take the pictures. That's what happened.
So Laura is one of my assistants, but more importantly, she's my friend. And the easiest way to get someone to help you out with all your photos, bring a friend along, because especially someone that likes photography, because they're happy to always kind of help out. And when you're dealing with off-camera flash, which I kind of explained in my last video, having someone else to kind of control your lighting setup and move things around, and all you have to do is really focus on taking photos, helps a lot. So make friends, people that enjoy photography, bring them along into your process, and it really helps develop your style. And honestly, without Laura, I would be nowhere close to where I am in my photography.
I wouldn't be either, though, because that's part of why I always assisted, was because that's how I learned. It was really good to just watch you work.
Yeah.
And you were never mean about me asking questions.
No. Why? Because you're giving me free labor and
Yes.
helping me. And Laura's the kind of person that'll always just drop everything and be there. I'm like, well, even let's take this video for example. I asked her 2 nights ago. I'm like, hey, I want to shoot a video and just interview you and ask you questions. And she's like, okay, we could do it tonight. I'm like, oh, how about Monday? And yeah, she kind of just dropped everything, and here we are filming a video.
Yeah, I think the first shoot I helped you on, you contacted me like hours before because your assistant had dropped out.
Yes. That's happened quite a bit. People kind of cancel out on me. Yeah, but that happens in this line of work. So
the cool thing about being an assistant too is you get to hold pretty models.
yes. Yes.
I literally caught a pretty model for him one time.
We've done a lot of cool things, and I wouldn't have really explored levitation the way I do without her help, especially for those kind of photographs, because you really need help, especially when you're dealing with ladders and things that you're going to remove in post. It's also really nice having a second set of eyes watching what you're doing, just to make sure everything comes out really nice. And a lot of the quality of my work is down to the people around me, and she's a huge part of that. And I definitely don't give her enough credit, and I'm sorry for that.
No, you give me plenty of credit.
No, a lot of my work is her hands in it too, so I definitely wanted to bring her on into my new YouTube venture and just kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yes. From the start of your photographic journey, I guess, from when you start, when did you decide that you wanted to start taking photos, from, I guess, when you started helping me and just kind of seeing what I was doing?
So yeah, probably about 2.5 years ago, going back to GPG and really...
They don't know. Okay, so let's explain GPG.
Oh, okay. So GPG is short for Guerrilla Photo Group. It is a photography meetup that happens downtown here in Albuquerque every Wednesday night. I don't know the new address off the top of my head.
I don't either.
I know where it is. It's by Bosey Brothers
I can plug it in.
on Gold and 6th.
A lot of you might not even know.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of my viewers actually aren't from New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So basically it's a photo group that meets up how many years have they been around?
I think this last year was 12.
Yeah.
No. Last year was 13.
Yeah.
Because I did the Dirty Dozen show, which was not this August, but the August before. So I was an original person when the meetup first started happening. And really it was just a bunch of us that knew each other from the Albuquerque Press Club, decided we wanted to get together and make rad art.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. And so I went back a few years ago. And what happened was we did a nightly challenge where the photographers picked their models. Mm-hmm. And then, but instead of them taking the photos, it was us models that had to take the photos.
I remember this.
And I took a really good picture of Mark Lies, who's a local photographer too. He's also really amazing. And I was really, really pleased with it. And I was like, this is really cool, because I'm I love being artistic, but I don't draw well. I don't have the patience to sit and practice, because that does require a lot of practice. And people are like, oh, you could do it if you practice. I'm like, I don't have the patience to sit there and do that.
But you could say the same thing about photography too.
Yes. I think it was just, it was a much easier modality to get into.
Yeah.
So that I took the picture, it won for that competition. And then so because it won, it hung in the gallery, in the gala, the year gala. So then I just kept taking photos, because they had equipment for me to practice on there. That's where I met you. Mm-hmm. And then I helped you with a couple photo shoots, and it went off from there.
Yeah. So get involved in your local photo community, because you never know what'll happen.
So the first photo shoot I went on with you was the calendar shoot for the Game of Thrones, right? Or was it Alyssa's shoot? I can't remember which. They both happened very close together, so I don't remember.
What shoot did we do with Alyssa?
The levitation shoot where I caught her. Okay. Yeah.
No, we definitely did the Game of Thrones
first
shoot, which yeah, we did a shoot based on Game of Thrones, and a lot of things went wrong with that photo shoot.
But for me, it was really cool, because you explained, I was basically your light koala. I held the light for you. But you explained why we were putting the light where we were putting it, and the CD trick.
Yes.
I remember being so thoroughly impressed
about that last video
with the CD trick, because I was like, what is this dude doing? And then you showed me the picture, and I was like, is that really what happens? Like,
yes.
It was so crazy. I was like, this is really awesome. I was like, I could learn a lot from this dude. And then I think maybe 2 weeks later you hit me up to help you with Alyssa.
Yes.
Because you had, again, another assistant drop out.
Yeah. With that shoot, I also learned that's where my 50mm was not focusing correctly, and caused a lot of hate for that lens, because half of those shots, even though my focal point was on their eye, it was completely out of focus, and it really pissed me off, and there was drama involved in that shoot, so that shoot was a tumble of bad memories for me, but it's a learning experience. Yes.
I think that's the main thing, is that you're going to have bad shoots. You're going to have shoots where you don't like the photos.
Yes.
Even when you get better.
Yes.
The last shoot I did, I was like, this is an awesome composition of this photo. Her face is out of focus, and I have no way to fix it.
Yep.
And it's like, I got really mad at myself, because I was like, this is a beautiful photo.
These things happen. Even like when I do my levitation photography or any sort of compositional work, all I see in my photos are the bad things, all the places where my brush strokes are totally visible. No one else ever sees or mentions any of these things. Even if I post, because I posted photos that are out of focus. You could barely tell you got a pixel peep, but I posted out of focus photos. And nobody ever says anything. I want to say things when I see a lot of my friends post out of focus photos because it bugs me so much. But yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I learned a lot doing the levitation for myself the first time.
Yes.
I did the black plate last instead of first.
Yes.
And the first couple of shots, I did not pay attention to where the stepladder was, and so she was behind the stepladder instead of in front of the stepladder.
And you go to erase the stepladder, and it's like, wait, the leg is supposed to be there.
I paid attention after like 5 shots. I was like, oh wait, you need to be behind it, or it needs to be behind you. I was like, oh no, that's. A couple of them I could save because the step stool was white and she was wearing white tights, so it wasn't too terrible. But at the same time, I was like, I'm just not going to use any of those.
Even still, when you paint in Photoshop, you're like, I can tell.
I could tell.
Yeah, nope.
The shadows are different. I can totally tell. But shooting a dirt floor was really beneficial. It helped hide a lot of that stuff. Like no one else could tell. It's just me because I know where the brush strokes were.
So. We did some levitation shots the other day, selfie. She was helping me out. You saw her for like a second in the last video because I only showed clips of what we did. But she filmed it all.
Yes, I filmed it all. So I'm sorry if you got my feet. No, I'm kidding. I edited those out.
yeah. They hardly saw. They saw me get on the ground. That was probably the weirdest thing. But I'm going to do another video sometime after this. Sometime going over the whole levitation process and the editing, so that's coming because I want to do more conceptual stuff to show you guys. I don't know, that's my style. That's kind of what I specialize in and what I like to do, because I feel so many photographers fall into a niche, and that's okay, where they do just kind of one style of photography and do it very well. I've kind of dabbled in many different areas of photography to really find out what I like, and that's one of my favorite things to do is conceptual stuff. So yeah. I don't know. So let's talk about your growth in photography, like from when you started to where you are now. How do you feel about that journey?
I feel like I care a lot more about a composition of a photo. So where you, like, before I actually take the picture, I'm like, how is this really gonna look? Like, is it, or, you know, I analyze when I take a photo a lot more. I'm like, okay, well, I like this one, but I just gotta crop it here and there. I think the benefit of learning in a collaborative group setting was I learned a lot from multiple different people about how to start off really well. So the learning from you and learning from Rip and Mark and everybody about making sure that the photo is in focus and is exposed right and your settings are good, so you don't have to spend a lot of time editing unless you want to.
Let's talk about it. So do you really understand the technical side of things in terms of what aperture does, what shutter speed does, what ISO does?
I'm getting better at that. Like, I have a conceptual understanding, and I know how to play with my settings to get them to look the way I want them to look.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie when I say sometimes it's just a guessing game.
No, that's totally okay because it's part of the process. I think
it's a lot. It has been a lot to do with learning my camera too, because the first camera I got to play with was the Nikon.
Yeah.
So the way I was taught how to play with that one was a little bit different than the Canon.
Absolutely.
So it's just been trying to like kind of bridge that gap a little bit, but I mean, I know what it should look like. Yeah. And I use the histogram a lot.
Yeah, you know if it needs to be lighter or darker to get a proper exposure.
Yeah, and which settings can help me do that.
Yes. Yeah.
And how far to push it one way or the other. Sometimes it's still a guessing game.
So, I don't know, maybe we'll do another nightly chat and go over the basics. All the boring stuff.
Yeah. I would say that that's probably why I don't know as much as I do. I just don't want to sit and think about that kind of stuff.
I think
Just want
that's
to take pretty pictures.
yeah. That's why people didn't sit through. I mean, the ones that sit through, like my last video, which was almost half an hour long, are the ones that can garble all that technical nonsense, and it's not the fun content. So
Yeah.
it's probably why a lot of this talk may not end up in the video. 'Cause
I would think that would be something that Megan could do from Street Meet, because the masterclass was really great, and I felt like where I was struggling was my editing.
yeah.
And now that I feel like I have a good idea of how I want to edit and the settings that I want to do in editing, because that's much easier than like
Yeah.
playing with the camera, I feel like that's where Albuquerque Street Meet should go next, is a masterclass on getting to know your camera.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's something we'll tackle here
Yes.
on my YouTube channel. Maybe
We could do that too.
yeah. Take
All
that
the things.
into our local photography groups, because there's a new trending photography group in town. So if you want to get into photography, check out your local groups and see what's going on. I'm sure there's a local photography group that you can kind of join in. Even if you don't have expensive gear, join a group, and I'm sure there's someone with expensive gear that'll happily show you how to use it, and you can learn. Put yourself in a really uncomfortable situation in photography, and you'll learn a lot more. Because I think I've given you my equipment
Yes.
every now and then, and I'm
I
like,
have some
okay,
of
just
your
here,
equipment
go.
now.
Yes.
So
This, like, you're probably not gonna understand any of this, but here you go. Here's what it can do. Try and figure it out.
yeah, which is how I like to learn. So that's why you do that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I've seen a huge improvement in your work from where you started and where you are now, which is really awesome to think that I've actually inspired anyone to do anything at all, because that still baffles my brain that someone will even watch my YouTube videos. So this is it's been an adventure, and I really enjoy it. So that's why I'm continuing to create content and hoping to see what Laura does here in the next
I have
few years.
I have big shoots planned this year.
Yes, she's getting an off-camera flash, which has me super excited, because I think in my photography journey, that's where I saw my biggest growth in my photos. Because you've seen me do strobes and off-camera flash
Yes.
for a while now.
Yes.
I think
I don't
since-
think I've seen you. I think the only time. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you do anything else, because
That's right.
we
You've
always.
helped me.
I always hold the light.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, no, I always hold the light. It's a way, shape, or form I hold the light.
She's always held me, and she was very. She'd never really touched flash, and I was like, use flash, and she has it, and that's a great way to learn like your fundamentals. Is don't ever use lights or off-camera flash, but once you understand it and how to take advantage of high-speed sync, it changes the way you take photos. And
Yeah.
I'm really excited for her to start getting into that, because she just got her first, the same off-camera flashes I use, and I'll link them down below. You can check out those Amazon links, and yeah. So
I would say that learning with natural light was a good way to start to learn, because I was
Absolutely.
at the mercy of the sun.
yes,
And then we're like, okay, well, now I have to play with my settings again because you're too dark. Or, well, that was a hot spot because of the little ray of light poking through the tree. Like, So it was a really good way to learn. Now I want that. Now it's the next step.
see, now you're gonna learn where you can lock in your camera settings beforehand to get your depth of field and what you want to focus, and then let the light
Do all the work.
exposure work for you,
Yes.
which makes things so much easier, and your photos look nicer. They're easier to edit, and it's a different world.
Yeah. When I played with the flash when I first got it I just was taking random pictures of my room. But it was really cool.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a card in my cameras because I just got really excited.
Yes.
I just put it on the camera and I was like, oh, yeah, there's no card in here. Oh.
That's the best part, is when you get new stuff and get to try stuff. So I'm really excited for what you can come up with, and then we'll put put some of your photos and totally embarrass you and
Oh
your
gosh,
photo
okay.
journey over the years. So I'm gonna have you send me your favorite photos. So
Okay.
put in the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only work with 2 models, just
So I like to think that I don't work with models at all, because we have worked with models in the past, and maybe it's just our area, but there's a lot of drama in the model scene and a lot of talking that people do. Just negative things come up a lot of times when I find I work with models. But when you work with your friends who happen to be cosplayers or also happen to model, your photos work out way better because you have some sort of personal
Yeah.
connection with them. So she doesn't shoot models, she shoots her friends.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very attached to my friends. They let me take pictures of them. It's really nice.
It's a great way to get started, and it's a great way to really improve your skills. So shoot with your friends. Even if they don't think they're attractive, you can find ways to really bring out the best in them to make them feel attractive. And that's one of the best joys of photography, is finding a way to make your friends smile and feel attractive.
You could also feed them wine and tell them they're pretty.
Yes.
It's an actual trick.
You could also order pizza and have your friends come over and shoot a YouTube video for you, because you need content.
Paying people in food really works.
Yes.
Especially,
Saves your money for expensive photography gear. And you're not going to know how to use it first.
Yeah. We have expensive hobbies.
Yes. I have too many expensive hobbies.
Yeah.
Streaming, gaming, music, photography. Yeah. This is why I still live at home.
That's why I have 2 roommates.
Yeah. So, before we go, because
Yes.
this video is probably way longer than the 10 minutes that I quoted you that
Yeah.
I wanted it to be,
Yes.
it's probably going to be another half-hour video, which I'll spend all night editing. But yeah, is there anything you want to say about photography?
Or
Or just anything in general you want to say?
in general.
Yeah. What was that?
I think it's really important that you find something artistic and creative that you're good at. It made me so happy to feel like I finally found something that I could be creative in. I always used to write, and I still do, but for the most part, it was really nice to actually have like a visual art that I could do and be good at. Because my mom is a really good artist. It hurt my feelings a little bit that I can only doodle. And my brother got all of that artistic talent. So I think it's really important that you find something that you love, that's creative. So whether it's music, art, photography, something, it really helps your brain. It really helps your stress.
For always helping me out.
Yeah, no problem.
I need it. And coming over and helping me film video for my new series, my nightly chats.
Yes.
And we can kind of groove to the music that is not playing right now. What I'm gonna add in post. It's gonna look super awkward and. Yeah, recording on DSLRs have a 30-minute recording limit, so we're supposed to talk for 10 minutes. We talked for 33 minutes, and I lost the last 3. We're gonna do the outro again.
Yes.
We're gonna cut it. Okay. Shit. Now it's not as good. It's not as good.
No. We're doing the Pepe dance again?
No, I want to do the Pepe dance, but it's like a feels bad man moment, and she has no. Yep. No clue. No idea.
Nope.
No, she's not involved in the Twitch culture, the Twitch memes, like I am, which is why I throw those a lot in my videos. People don't.
I know
understand.
Reddit memes.
Yeah. I don't know Reddit. I don't browse Reddit. Yeah. Okay, just do my outro. Yeah.
Okay. So, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you liked what you saw. Or if you didn't, just do those things. It's important that you do those things.
Yeah, it helps me out.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you hit the dislike button, that helps me out if you didn't like this content. So let me know.
Feedback is important.
Yes.
Some people can't handle criticism, but you know what? It's important for your creative journey.
Okay, we're gonna keep things short and sweet. Yeah, that video's over. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yep.
I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe. And I dated at Thanksgiving 1995.
Okay, it's over now. Okay, bye. We're gone.
Thanksgiving 1995.
Stop watching. It's 20 seconds of my face on another video that you should watch. Yeah, stop. Okay, bye. Goodbye.